Hello, and welcome to my stream. I'm sorry if you hear weird noises in the background. I have a rabbit that is um, a baby, and so she's a little rambunctious and drives me crazy all the time. So I decided that I pretty much since I completed Endwalker before Dawn Trail even came out, I wanted to replay MSQ because it took me a long time to get through MSQ, and I don't remember a lot of things. And with Evercold coming up, I decided, okay, I finally need to crack down and do it. Um, so here I am. I have already gotten through the first, 15 levels or so. Um, Goodness gracious, Delilah, that's my rabbit's name. You're probably gonna hear me say her name a lot throughout this until she's at the age she's ready to be spayed. And so she's a little crazy. She might calm down when she's spayed, but I love that she's crazy. I just don't love that she's a little pooping machine outside of her litter box. But anyhow, this isn't about Delilah. This is about Final Fantasy 14. So I'm on the quest. It's probably pirates, and I feel like I know where to go for that. Um, the Drowning Wench. Okay, I for some reason thought it was going to be up in where. Oh my gosh, I don't even know her name. The president of Limsa is, but her door is on the other side. Uh, Mirrorwood. I'm sure I'm probably not pronouncing that right. Um, oh, hang on a minute. That doesn't look like the right direction. Oh, you know what? I'm just gonna try it because I'm a little bit confused. To the Drowning Wench, please. Another motivating factor of this is I've been heartily obsessed with this game for uh I would say since 2022, 2021. I finally caught up to MSQ once Endwalker was just about to drop. So whenever that point was, um, and I have so much lore from my OC now, um, and so many things I just really want to like create a the database on because I'm that kind of autistic. Um, and I'm like, I don't have because I didn't come up with my lore until much later in the game. I'm like, I feel like I'm missing a bunch of info about what happened in MSQ during this time, and also I need evidence for analyses that I would like to make and information for the database. I love that they're playing Triple Triad. That's such a me move. I get distracted by Triple Triad all the time. So let's get right into it. It's probably pirates. Bataran, the proprietor of the Drowning Wench, has need of a capable adventurer. Thank you for taking your time to help me out. Now, I'm sure you're busy, so I'll come straight to the point. Word has it some suspicious looking buggers have been sneaking in and out of Satasha, and I need a trustworthy sort of head to of a trustworthy sort to head up north to Ale Point and find out who they are and what they're up to. I might not use his accent because it's hard enough to read as things are happening. But since the nasty visits over in Swiftbirch, folk have been uneasy. Well, I say a bit. There's nothing new but soil themselves every time the bloody floorboards creak. If you would permit me, Sir Bateron, I would be happy to elaborate. Okay, I wasn't sure if it was gonna be a dude or a chick. Well, if it ain't the Chief Yellow Jacket himself, to what do I owe this rare honor? Uh, Commodore Rayner, come to come to make me sure my patrons are behaving or just thirsty? I should turn off auto complete. I think not auto complete, auto forward. Neither. In fact, I came to welcome our cow back to Limsa. It is well that you have returned. Not even our cow at this moment. I'm Fantasia'd. Over the course of the past moon, there have been several sightings of an unfamiliar vessel off the coast of Ailport in the vicinity of the Isles of Umbra. This information came to my attention no more than a few weeks after the squad of my own soldiers had completed a routine patrol of the region, the Satasha included. The search revealed little, save what family of I never know how to pronounce this either. The kitty cats had taken residence over the cave. Nothing concerned. In light of recent developments, however, it seems wise to search Satasha again. With the Sahagin testing our defenses daily, I am willing to assign a task to the limited forces at my disposal. Our line is stretched as it is. This I wanted you to do it because you're really competent. You're a one-man army and the settled. Sasha is in Western Lenosha, yada yada. You heard the man. Go do shit. Yeah, that's actually probably how I'm gonna handle things from now on until the dialogue actually means things. It'll have a little bit more weight. Obviously, it means things now. Aroma born is important, contrary to popular belief. So, wherefore art thou, person? You are by the Fisherman's Guild. That makes sense. We're just gonna jog on over this Ethernet point. So that way, it's only one load screen. I'm one of the rare remaining PS4 users, so um, things take a little bit longer. Dude, when Yoshi P said at the uh, fan fest, like, hey, PS4 users, we've extended your time a little bit. However, you maybe have like a couple years left, like 18 months. I'm like, oh shit. I was really hoping I could hold on until the PS6 came out, to be honest with you. Okay, Velma Pella. You hear about Commodore Rayner's investigations, and you want to board a ferry for Aleport. Once you arrive in Western Lenosha, though, you'll best pay a visit to the Hall of Novice before you blunders into Natasha. Trust me, buddy, I got it. Go to Aleport. Yep. Oh man, I haven't like legit used the ferry in a while. By the way, I don't remember if I acknowledged it in this intro. I've had a few intros. I kept getting like phone calls and other stuff happening. But I deeply apologize for the audio. I tried so hard to record this with the built-in recording functionality that the PS4 has, live streaming it that way, and like using a microphone through my headphones that I got from my Twitch streamer brother-in-law, who I figured would have good stuff. But for some reason, I couldn't get it to work to connect. It wouldn't connect to my PS4. He also does things on his computer. So I thought, okay, maybe I can get it to connect to OBS Studio if I can't get it to connect to my PS4. OBS Studio wouldn't pick up the audio from that. So I'm using my crusty, tried and true, possibly Skull Candy headphone. No, I don't think Skull Candy has microphones. It's similar to Skull Candy headphones. I've definitely had them uh, long enough that they're as old as any Skull Candy could be. I don't think they're making Skull Candy anymore. Point is, I've had it since middle school. My crusty tried and true headphones have never let me down, and they're the only thing that would record audio. So this is what you get. Ah, you must be the adventurer of whom the Yellow Jacket sent word. I hear you're here to brave the depths of Satasha. Occupants of those caves are rumored to be as numerous as they are bloodthirsty. Rather than epic tales that you would believe, strolling into a den of such savagery alone would be a height of foolishness. No, you need companions. Oh. See, back in my day, Fall of the Novice, I like as far as my memory serves, I don't think it was a mandatory thing. I think it was here. I don't think you had to do it. Um, in fact, I feel like this wouldn't have been popping up otherwise, unless if it pops up for New Game Plus. I doubt it though. Yeah, I don't know. I guess I can't confirm or deny it. I don't want to be just saying things out here. Although that probably will happen a lot. I probably will just say things. I have approximate knowledge of many things, but only approximate. I'm also. Oh, okay. I was afraid I was gonna fly over it. Um, I am flying over it. It's in a cave. um, this might change if I happen to be catching my friends on a night because they want to do things, or if there's, uh, as we get later on into like the more current content, I'm gonna be just speed running through stuff with a extremely high level class. I haven't been reading. Um, I know they're saying like, hey, be careful. So, oh, what? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I guess. Yeah. They have been implementing that since. Uh, gosh, I think since Endwalker they started. I think it's whenever they did a Realm Reborn. Trust. I understand what I must do. Oh, no, I would not like to do that. Um, I would like to unrestricted. And go to Sasasha, our very first dungeon. Oh no, my battery is low. I have so much stuff. My laptop looks uh, like one of those people you see like in a sci-fi movie that's like being experimented on, has like a bunch of like wires hooked up to it, you know, whenever they're like taking like analysis of their vitals, so they've been like subject to extreme torturing. They're trying to see how their superhuman body holds up, um, or something or other. Should probably know my way around the dungeon. Um, because I'm having to use my headphones, I'm like having to stand. So here's the situation, so you can visualize as I'm sprinting through this dungeon haphazardly. Um, I have my TV on the wall, right? Um, and to the side of it, I have my rabbit's cage, and my laptop is precariously balanced on the top of the cage. And all of the stuff is like connecting the capture card to the PlayStation into the TV, and then I have my laptop, which is very low on battery, connected to the wall, and then I have my headphones in that are connected to my knee, um, and I'm standing just in front of my rabbit's cage, in front of the TV, at a really weird angle that I don't normally perceive my TV at. Usually a good like I don't know, 6 to 7 feet away on the couch, under my nice heated blanket I just got. I don't have to do things. Um, I guess I still don't know honestly how to. Okay, I guess that's so easy because I literally can't pull anything. Um, wow. Okay. I still don't know how to decide which formation is actually the right one. Um, so I always just kind of guess. I don't know if it matters because the enemy that comes out is like not that hard to kill, especially not now. I don't know why I just use creation doses like that even matters right now. Um, but yeah, so I decided I think something that would be a good incentive for me to um, actually complete this rerun of MSQ because I have such crippling executive dysfunction. I can't even get myself to do the things I like to do sometimes because I feel like, no, I can't do that. It's not allowed because my brain is weird. Um, that I'm gonna double it up with walking on a walking pad because another goal of mine to get more physically fit. I've had a like decent habit of exercising. Um, I used to work at a physically laborious job, and then I would like stretch in my off time. But since stopping that, I'm like, okay, I gotta like, I'm gonna keep my muscles that I built up. So I started uh, working out a little bit at home. And also I go to the gym once a week. But you know, I feel like I could be doing more. Uh, I'm still losing the muscle that I had because I sit all day at my current job. So it's a little bit different than being in a physically laborious job. Um, so I think that doing that will also help me to be like, hey, I'm being productive because I'm doing two things that'll let me like have fun because I'm also working. Which who's doing this to me? Would you die? I need to stop doing that. That's such a force of habit. I don't want to wait for the cast time, so doing creation doses enables me to insta cast. So that's just my habit. I'm a Sage main through and through. I love this class. I like never want to play anything else. I also haven't. I have limited experience with other classes, um, which is another actual goal that I have is to get everything to level 80 before I ever pull because I want my Amaro mount. Um, but of the classes that I have played, I'm a big fan of Sage. But you know, casters, you gotta wait for things to cast. Okay, Captain Madison. Fun fact about the name Madison that I just learned. apparently it is actually a really new name. It came from it's like we have Madeline, we have Maddie. I mean Madeline's been around since at least the Bible times, probably even longer because like it could be from like ancient Su Sumer or something. Like I don't know. But so you think like okay Madison, that's just another version of that. But no, I don't think it came around like in like the 80s or 90s because of the movie Splash about a mermaid. I don't think I've actually seen that. I have watched Aquamarine like religiously as a child and even today as an adult. But I'm like aware of that movie. Um, but apparently in that movie, please let me escape. Okay, well I guess you have to die. Apparently in the movie, the mermaid character, uh, whatever her name is, uh, tries to like she has to quickly come up with like a fake human name, and she says Madison because it sounds like a name that would exist. And people are like, "That's weird because it's not an actual name." But because of that movie, now it is an actual name, and it's pretty normal. Um, it was very normal when I was a kid. I cannot tell you how many Madisons I knew. um, if that doesn't age me or de-age me, whichever direction. Okay, back to the Drowning Wench. Maybe. But ever since learning that, I was like, that's weird. And it just seems so normal. I like that. I like that new names are still being created because it feels like in this modern age that there's just things that you're like, how could that come to be? Like, I can't imagine like new things happening. Like last names are so uh common now. Everybody has a last name. So to think of like, because people are just like sitting down, like all of me and sitting down in a room being like, uh, hey, we need to fix this problem. So what are we going to do? Well, I guess that guy's going to be named Andy Smith because he is a smith, a blacksmith. And you can be uh, George Brown because you always wear brown clothes or something. Um, it's not a thing, like but it's already so like ingrained. Like I can't imagine how it started. It had to have been a very slow process. Um, Sometimes it's not. Like Madison became a thing like within like 10 to 15 years. Pretty common thing. Um, yeah, I don't know. I like that. I like that new things can still be created in this time. Um, that's not really what I want to say because, like, obviously there's the whole thing about AI, which don't even get me started about that. Um, that's a new thing. I'm constantly having things changing and things that are brand new, but things that are so like just fundamental and just so like mundane in a way. Like I don't know what that feels. Um, that's more what I'm talking about. Okay, hello, I'm back, and I sprinted through your silly little cave and killed every pirate there. Aye, such a task was on the books. Was mine. I'm afraid the ship has already sailed, friend. Might you be the adventurer who accepted the job of investigating Satasha? Oh yeah, sorry, did you want to do that? I'll do it again with you. Not only has the ship sailed, but now it returns to harbor and none the worse for its voyage. A pity, we dragged our boots too long on this one. Sorry, pal. Yeah, you'll get another one. Yeah, you're right. There'll be no rest until we have attained our goal, lofty though it may be. And a wink of sleep, great leader. Our aim, lest you wonder, is to perform such feats of heroism that will earn us a place in the songs of every alehouse in Eorthia. That's sweet. We mean to write a legend which will inspire adventurers yet unborn to follow our shining example. Do you have such a goal? Large or small, it matters not. Only have a star to reach for, and you will reach higher. Purpose can sustain you through times of hardship. Keep your eye on the prize, and all obstacles will be overcome in time. You would not think to stride into battle unclad, would you? Well, our I have a story. Well, goals are as arms and armor for the spirit. I wish you fortune in your endeavors, milady. That is so kind. Dolores Bear, you're a friend to me. By cat girl, whose name I do not remember. Back then, are you, with all your limbs and a tale to tell, I wager? Yeah. Fishbacks. And there I was thinking you'd only have to crack a pirate skull or three. Seven hells. You turned your back for 5 bloody minutes, and the scaly bastards have set up shop on your bleeding doorstep. Still, it sounds like you've left them in pieces, so I don't suppose they'll be carrying out whatever mischief they were planning, unless they were planning on feeding themselves to the fauna of Sasasha, of course. Any road, all's well that ends well. Thanks for shedding some light on this mystery. I knew you'd get the job done. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. I bet you're dying for a rest. But just in case you're not, I was wondering if you want to take on another job. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Go on to Gridania. They got crab. They have dead skeletons. So my story was monuments this time. I can't even remember. I feel like it was way too late in the game. Way too late in the game for me to make this kind of grave error. Oh, it's gonna kill me now. I feel like it was like not even joking. I feel like it was Shadowbringers or maybe late Stormblood. Um, but I like went into uh, an 8-man trial and all of my rabbit just had a box she was playing and collapse on her. She'll be fine. But it's really funny looking at her. Um, anyway, all my gear broke like immediately, so I was like butt naked for that try. Kept dying. I had like 400 HP or something. Okay, to Mother Mignone. I like didn't even know that like that was because I don't think this had been a problem for me before. At least not all of my gear, like accessories included. So like I had no idea. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm such a loser. I just keep dying. And then my friend was just laughing her ass off. I think while we're in this loading screen, I'm gonna take a pause to help my poor rabbit out. Hey, we're back, and we're gonna go speak to Mother. Mother's not that direction. Is she that direction? She is not. I just have such a force of habit. Like if I ever need to go, like a glamour dresser, I just automatically go, um, to where my squadrons are. It feels quicker, and in that way, I can make my squadrons do things. What am I doing? Not going to an inn. That's why they call me Mother. I was watching something about 1.0, and Mother Leon was there. She's been around for a long time, and I love that for her. Oh, I remember this guy. I feel like he like comes back around later, and you have to like chase him like through the woods. Here's the long and short of the problem. Big pardons for interrupting me, One, but our needs grow ever more pressing. Have none stepped forward? Well, good day to you, Lord. Your need must be pressing indeed for you to honor us with a visit. The good news is your journey has been wasted. I'm pleased to report we have a volunteer at last. Oh, I don't think this is the guy I was thinking of. Yeah, this is Lewin, who's from the Witchers Guild. So JK, but there's another guy with a silly little mask that I remember having to chase around. um, yeah, you need to go to this burial site. It's like skeletons there, and it's kind of freaky. Shadowy figures of us skulking around. Based on the accounts of various witnesses, we suspect that these individuals belong to the Lambs of Dalamud, a doomsday cult which sprung up prior to the calamity. Oh yeah, I forgot about that part. These zealots have proven themselves perilous in the past, and we leave them to their own devices at our peril. Ordinarily, I would have dispatched my best men to scour the deep cross and order to flush the cultists out. Alas, the calamity decimated our ranks, and limited forces at my disposal are constantly required to keep the exile at bay. At bay. I don't know why I said it so breathily. This is your sexy Final Fantasy 14 ASMR. Um, anyway, you gotta deal with the cult. Very cool with that. Cool, thanks. Just walk on in there. May the crystal guide you and keep you. Hmm. Okay. Because I'm so caught up with like what happens in like late game stuff with Hydaelyn, I don't actually remember Data Mommy Night. Welcome to Final Fantasy 14. If this is not something, if this is not a game you've played, now you have your introduction. um, I need to teleport. I mean, you don't have to teleport. No, I really don't. I could just walk because they consider that because this is early game. They don't make you teleport from one side of the universe to the other. What was I saying? Oh, I'm so used to like late game style references to Heidelin that I kind of don't remember what the I don't remember how do I want to say this. Like I know people worship the 12, and which member of the 12 they worship the most might depend on the region. Some aren't really picky or don't have anybody in particular. Um, but Heidelin, I'm like, how does she tie in to this? Like, is she just like, oh yeah, there's 12 and then there's also Heidelin? I don't really remember. But I know that people know that she exists. I'll have to research that in between episodes. Why am I not sprinting and using a mount? Am I a baboon? Oh yeah, because I don't need to go actually to. Am I? No, I'm not lying. Oh, I was thinking of Halatali. Okay, yeah, this is the right direction. Which I think is next. But there's two problems in Gridania. I don't even think that Ulda has anything. I could totally be lying right now. I just don't remember. That's why I'm doing this. That's why we're here. Oh my gosh, I have such fond memories of this place. Oh, hello, y'all. I'm sorry, I'm about to steal your job again. We meet again. I can't say I'm surprised to see you here. You took the prize back at Limsa, but this time we will give you better sport, or I'm no true adventurer. Man, I feel like such a douche. I'm like destroying all the chances, smothering it under my heel. Man, I hate mausoleums. It's not right to disturb the dead in their slumber. Think of our goal, sister. One day our adventures will be the stuff of song, and it'll all be worth it. Who's the guy later on who was kept pretending to be the warrior of light and then was like, whenever you catch him, he's like, man, I can't help it. My dick's small. Nobody likes me. I don't think that was Dolores Fair, but I feel like it was another Frothgar. Oh, I gotta talk to you first. What's up, dude? Yep, going there to defeat the cult. Gonna crush these poor adventurer spirits. Um, now, having seen their god turn to ash, one would think that the cultists might feel moved to question their faith. On the contrary, it only served to stoke the flames of their fanaticism. Oh, that's so funny. But the lambs of Balamut are convinced that the heretics, that is to say, everyone but them, interfered with the coming of their Lord and Savior, and that it's now their sacred duty to avenge him. Whatever it is they're doing in the Deep Croft, you may be sure that it is that no good will come of it. For the sake of Gridania and Eorzea at large, put an end to their madness. Ah, I actually really have a grown appreciation for these silly little uh, infamous dungeons because I'm like seeing how it connects thematically to the rest of the game, and also, I mean, there's a reason that Realm Reborn uh, performed well enough for. Um, oops, I'm about to be naked again. Performed well enough for it to expand as large as it did because it's just these NPCs are lovable. The dialogue is good. It's funny, it's entertaining. Um, yes, at times an early game can be really daunting with how lengthy it is and how um, uh, uh, what's the word I want to use? They speak in very fancy lingo, um, like that old timey medieval fantasy speak. Um, I don't know if like as time got on that you just kind of it just becomes second nature to read it. Um, Trying to remember my paths here. Um, or if it's gotten like more modern. I do know that they kind of start to mix some like modern language with the old fantasy language. Because I took a film class in my second year of college. Um, and of course, I wrote a screenplay for a project that was literally just a fan fiction about my wool, um, and kind of like how he got to Eorzea from Ishgard, and ended up joining the Scions. Um, and I just, changed all the names conveniently to make it not be obvious if you looked anything up. He being my professor. Um, and I got a lot of people commenting on the combination usage of the fantasy language and kind of modern-esque and more like casual language. And they said that it was really like a nice mixture and ended up being like really interesting and engaging to read because of it. Like nobody was really negative about it. Um, but I was just like thinking, oh yeah, like I didn't even like consciously do it. It's just kind of how this thing sounds. Um, and so I just kind of like unconsciously mimicked it. Uh, but it's really fun. It's nice. It's really unique in its own silly little way. Yeah, ugliest. Okay, this isn't ugly actually. Um, they're actually kind of cute. They look like little hearts. Um, but it. What was that noise? Where's my rabbit? Oh, she's chilling by the fridge. I thought she was chewing on a cord because I heard a noise. What was I saying? Oh, yeah, the Noliths were not what I was expecting. And they look kind of ugly from the side, but once you look at them up front, it's like cute. I'm just so used to always having the fairy wing looking ones out. Um, I guess I just dude, actually that would have been Endwalker. I haven't looked at my Noliths since Endwalker. I guess they definitely took Sage through Dawn Trail because I literally up until Endwalker, my main was Summoner. That's the only class that I ever played because I didn't think about ever trying to level anything else. I was just focused on MSQ. And for Endwalker, Summoner was good. I wanted so badly to like the changes of Summoner because it's like wow, you're actually summoning gods now and not these silly little eggy creatures. Um, and it seemed like it was going to be exciting. But just gameplay wise, I don't know. I can see ways how it's cooler, but it was less fun for me personally. I really like it might be just a matter of that I knew my rotation. Um, and it was satisfying to feel like, wow, I'm actually kind of like good at this game after being, a sprout, and not being good for so long. And then they changed everything, and even though I was able to fully like, I completed E4S uh, early on into Endwalker being a thing, so like not too far off of it being like new content. Um, like I was good enough at it to do savage content, but I don't know, it just wasn't as satisfying. Um, so Sage has been my main since then, and Summoner I think might finally be at 90. Okay, 99. But it took me a while to like actually get it leveled enough that I could do. Uh, actually, no, I haven't got it leveled enough to do any MSQ with it. Um, since Edwalker. Um, yeah, I think I tried to do it for Dawn Trail, but I'm just like I don't wanna play Summoner anymore. Here we go. I'm gonna pop a banana in my mouth. Not like a whole banana, but like a slice. I wish I had a whole banana. I thought about going to the grocery store after work and getting bananas, but I'm like, I don't need anything else. I guess I should elaborate. I have frozen bananas. That's how I have a slice, but not like a whole banana. Which kind of raised the question on why I wanted whole bananas when I have frozen bananas in the freezer. Um, it's just different. Can't explain it. Man, too quick for my PS4 load times. I guess I'll sit here and do squats. I can't even do squats. Gotta wait for things to load. Can I sit in the chair? No. I can stand with my leg in the chair. Let's admire. This isn't our cow. This is another OC. But I don't have the budget to Fantasia again. Oh, I'm like stuck. Oh, because it thinks I'm sitting. Ah, okay. Now things are loaded. Hello, mother. Rabbit is such a freak. Why is she just standing in the kitchen staring off into space? Hey, you did a good job. You crushed those adventurous spirits. They're never gonna want to try an adventure ever again. So glad we have you. We don't need anybody else. Red up her ears. Oh my gosh, the lighting. Um, Sadly, death has become ever a common occurrence with our fraternity of late. Times being what they are, the guild is constantly inundated with petitions, and we are hard pressed to find enough hands to deal with them all. Then why the frick do I keep running into my buddies? Give them other jobs. Stop doubling up. While this means no shortage of work for able souls such as yourselves, it also provides ample opportunity for inexperienced to overreach themselves with predictable consequences. Ah, as if to illustrate the point, I know where this is going. Oh, Lavir's gone, and it's all your fault. If you hadn't taken you an age to heal him, he would still be alive. But I tried. He bolted out of range before he could finish the spell. He shouldn't have been so hard pressed in the first place. We should have been more to lighten his burden. Bah, to hell with these petty excuse or this pathetic excuse for a party. I'm leaving. It'll be too soon if I ever see your faces again. Goodbye and good riddance. I'm leaving as well. I know this comes as any surprise, but I never liked you. I only suffered you for your healing, and you couldn't even do that one thing right. Cruel though this may sound, you brought this upon yourself. Oh, and by the way, some parting advice. Get rid of Avir's head. Bury it, cremate it, do whatever the hell you like with it. Or just stop carrying it around. Just get rid of it, alright? Oh. Wait, don't leave me alone, please. I'm so sorry, Avere. Please forgive me. This game seems like this has become all too common. That makes a dozen times in half as many days. Now you see why I'm grateful for adventurers of your experience. I can send women like you on a mission without worrying that you might not return. Well, not so much at any rate. Speaking of missions, I would entrust you to another. About a bell ago, I received a message from our counterpart in Ulda. She seeks the services of a reliable adventurer, and you're nothing if not reliable. Blah, blah. And you're going to see your friends again, and you're going to make them cry. Was I wrong? Is Halatali... Yeah, no, this is just like a place. There's not a dungeon in there. So I guess Halatali isn't Ulda. Um, okay, yeah, I was pretty sure that I'd already completed that quest. Ew. Oh no. I do have to talk to her again. Oh, okay, yeah, go to Momo D. She'll tell you what to do. You got it, dude. Aetheryte's so far away, man. Ugh. One day I'm gonna complete Palace of the Dead, and get the rest of the story about that group of adventurers. I think there's like other people, other I don't want to say NPCs because some of them don't actually ever appear anywhere else in the game. Uh, but there's other notable people in there, like one of the Halienart kids. Not kids, he was a grown man. Um, but I think it's the second or third eldest son. Um, okay, yeah. So it's Stephanivian, Arval, Chloebamt, and Francel, and then Lynette is somewhere in the middle there. Um, Anyway, Clodovant. I know I'm not saying his name right. Um, anyway, he had died in like the Steel Vigil or something, and I think he has a cameo appearance in the Palace of the Dead. Um, and I love Ishgard, so I'm always curious to like absorb more lore about that, high houses and all that. Um, I'm tad busy right now, but oh my goodness, you're our cow, and you're gonna do crap for us. So let's talk about it. Yep, let me just take a little seat and let's chit chat. And let me stand back up. Let's chit chat. The petitioner will be by any time now. Uh, Another second I'm at the sun, I would have been set afire. Tanker de Vale, if you would be so kind. Excellent timing. It just so happens that the adventurer who will be handling your position is here. Oh, okay, so I want to sit here to and verbally say it, verbally acknowledge it, so it'll stick in my head. But this is interesting to me because I love like knowing the inner workings of the world here. So if somebody in the city has a problem and is like, "Hey, I need this taken care of because it's stopping us from uh, doing our job, or it's scaring me and it's scaring my neighbors," they'll go to the uh, what is this place? The Adventurers Guild. I don't know why I forgot. I mean, that makes sense. And they go to the headmistress or headmaster or whatever, and they're like, "Hey, if you see an adventurer looking for a job, like, can you please send them my way because I have problems." Um, that's cool. That's cool to think about. So then if I ever have like an OC and they're like, I'm like, how could they get help? They can't go on uh, Craigslist. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. Don't go to Craigslist. I don't know. They can't just like make a tweet and be like, sisters who are local, please help me. Um, this is their way of going to Twitter and saying, hey, sisters, attack. Um, anyway, thanks for agreeing to help me. Yeah, please tell me what I'm doing. Uh, oh yeah, Halatali's a mine. Wait, no, this is Copperbell Mines. What the frick is Halatali? I'm like gonna go crazy until I know what Halatali is. I don't remember. To be playing giants who seize control of the place. These giants are of the clan known as the. What the? I am not saying that. Anyway, they're angry about their tree. Hang on a minute. I want to read this. Okay, they have managed to break through the layer of rock, which served to imprison them, and now prowl the tunnels where miners ply their trade. Uh, the creatures are justifiably angry at the treatment of the hands of our ancestors, and their presence has forced the suspension of all mining activities on the site. They were being imprisoned in there, and you're not like, oh shit, I'm sorry. Now that we know that you're still here, let's like help you. I guess this is old that we're talking about. They hate refugees. It's no wonder they're so angry. Didn't the Thorn Dynasty come to an end over 300 years ago? Holy crap. Okay, the people of that age used the hecaton sherries to work their mines. By the way of enchanted helms, they were able to bind the ferocious creatures at their will. But as is often the way in such tales, these enchantments eventually failed and the slaves rose up against their masters. Enchanted helms. Do we know more about this? This almost sounds like enthrallment. I'm gonna take a screenshot of this. This is actually, see, I actually like care now that I have more context. You know, before I was like, yeah, whatever, fantasy magic crap. But now I'm like, wait a minute, what implications does this have in this world? In a desperate bid to contain the unbridled fury of the hexagons, our ancestors introduced a collapse of the mine's lower levels, induced, I mean. So it was that the Great Giant Revolt has ended, buried beneath 100,000 tons of rock. I seem to recall there being an article about Copperbell in the Mithril Eye a fortnight or so ago. The mines are being reopened as to meet the rising demands for building materials. Like as not, our boys dug a bit too deep and freed the giants. And you guys are more concerned about, oh dang, now the giants are a problem versus Uh, the fact that they were stuck down there. To think that these poor creatures are still alive and kicking after 3 centuries, it's a long time to nurse a grudge. You must be seething. Yeah, and it makes them a danger. There'll be no mining if they're there, so we have to subdue them. Am I actually gonna subdue them? I'm a villain. Okay. Yeah, I guess I'm doing horrible things. Uh, go talk to Painted Mesa. Yeah. I'm so glad that later on they're like, yeah, all the like, non-humanoid tribes, like, or I guess they don't use the term tribe anymore because do they? No, they call them society quests. Anyway, all the non-humanoid sentient people, um, I'm glad they treat them better later on. Looking for Painted Mesa, you found them. Sure did, buddy. Uh, yes, I did Copperbell Mines. No, I did not do Copper Mines. I'm about to. Um, I did the other place. Forgot already. If you don't know this, the Copperwell was old when the second old dynasty was still young, and it was abandoned centuries ago. If it hadn't been for the shortage of materials needing for the rebuilding effort, the concern would have never thought to reopen it. Um, we knew full well about the giants beforehand, but the project went ahead anyway. I mean, nothing could have possibly survived being buried under a mountain's worth of rock for 3 centuries, right? Wrong. Our miners dug up more than they bargained for. One swing of the pickaxe too many, and they found themselves in the company of giants. Unless we can subdue them, the nation's glorious recovery will grind to a halt for want of aught to build with. The stone torches are keeping watch over the entrance in case the giants fancy some sunlight and fresh air. I honestly would not blame them. One of them will be able to show you the way in. Yada yada yada. Time to just go kill people. Oh, goodness gracious, Delilah. I'm sorry, my love. She jumped and got under my feet, and I just kind of like low-key kicked her. It happens. She can take it. Just kidding. I always pet her and know that she's loved and that I didn't mean to, and I'm sorry. Dokey. I'm going to the place where I learned self-destruct on Blue Mage. Yep, yep. Oh man, one of my coworkers was like, I mean, I already knew about the um, new Avatar movie leak that happened maybe a month ago now. Um, and she was like, I have it if you want it. And I'm like, I'm not against piracy, but it feels wrong when it's like not actually released yet, you know? It's not finished. Um, but I don't know, I'm kind of curious. I did hear some really good things. But I'll wait, just like I have to wait for the Shrek movie coming out next year. Okay, it was Tamtara, Deepcroft, and Satasha. So Halatali is also an Ulta thing. Oops, I was hoping I could like take a look at where that's at, but I can't. Should probably fix my gear after this. And I'm at the DMV. I'm at the DMV. There's no reason for that. And I didn't notice the past however many times that I've been. Well, I guess 3. Well, this is my 3rd prostitution. Sealed blasting door, but don't I have to? Okay, I guess this one's just the key, and then I explode the other ones. The amount of times while I was still in Armor Born and I ran this, that people would pull the lever and then miss somebody and have to go back up and get them. I can't say I've had that happen recently. And I definitely don't think there's less sprouts than there were. I just think, I don't know, that's just the kind of thing that would happen when you're new to a game. I feel like. Not that nonsense doesn't happen now when I play, but it definitely does. But it's that has almost one of them. Let me take a look at this guy. He kind of looks. Oh no, I guess he has teeth, but something about like the he wears reminds me of the. Uh, like gosh, I get the kobolds and the goblins mixed up. I think it's the kobolds because I think the goblins have like the leather mask, but the kobolds, um, like that was Gaboo. He has the knight, like sword. I guess slitted would be the best way that I can describe it. The shuttered probably is actually the best way. Um, the shuttered helm, vertically shuttered. I think yeah, they kind of look somewhat similar to that in the face, but that's really about as far as it goes. So yeah, I don't know if those guys ever like actually come up again, or if we just kill them all here and we're like, well, just committed a genocide against the giants, who honestly probably just deserve better. I don't know. It's hard to tell if they're sentient. I mean, there's the argument of the sentience uh, matter to. Oh, well, SH12. Did it? No way. Actually, no way. What? Um. So, hang on. There's no way, right? There's no way of telling when they died and if they died. Oh my gosh, this is so embarrassing. I'm like by myself and I'm like still failing. Um. Anyway, I guess I'll keep talking. Um. Yeah. It does raise the question of if sentience matters. You know, if people or creatures still deserve um, to be treated with uh, dignity and still deserve life, um, even if they're not sentient. Which I would agree. I'm not a perfect person, so I have my exceptions. Like I'm still really scared of spiders. If they're in my house, they're probably gonna get dead. I would like to change that about myself one day. Um, Cockroaches, no. Um, if you're like a pet, hissing cockroach or something like that, by all means, I think you're cool, dude. Cool in my book. But if you're in my kitchen skidding around, um, I'm gonna burn my house down. Um, but I think also I'm not uh, vegan or vegetarian or vegan for that matter. Um, so obviously those animals do die, but I wouldn't want to just mass murder. Because they seem to have some intelligence, right? See, I'm at the very beginning, aren't I? This sucks. This is not going to be fun to watch. Clear shaft before rubble. Yeah, so I have to explode it. And I feel like if it was ready to be kaboomed, it wouldn't let me select that area anymore. I guess I'm just going to go back and see if I can pull the not a lever. If I can make the kaboom kablow. Boom, kablow. My friends keep like vocal stimming some song, I guess it's from TikTok, about rest in peace my grandma. She got blown up by a bazooka. And I haven't actually seen it, but just parrot what they say all the time. For the amount of times I'm just like minding my own business and I just hear kaboom, kablow. Um, quite frequently actually. Yeah, I'm just gonna. Oh my gosh, how dumb am I? Okay, so I got that one. Please be 12. Nope. Oh, I do have two pinches. You know, I feel like I've done that in a party of people. Um, so I feel a little bit less stupid because if four people could mess that up, it's of course one person could. Pass away. Thank you for passing away. Okay, doing a bunny check. She staring at the fridge. I don't know if she thinks that she can get cilantro out of it or if she wants to go behind it because I had to block it off because she kept doing that and I really don't want her back there because then I cannot get her and I feel like she might get stuck or nibble a wire and then I don't have a working fridge and I don't think my apartment would really like my explanation for why I need a new fridge. When I got her, I had to like sign a form, obviously saying like I'm responsible for any damage, or whatever. And the ladies were like, "Oh, hee hee," but usually we have to sign this for like somebody gets a big dog, and they might like tear something up. But I can't imagine the kind of harm that a tiny little 2-pound rabbit could do. And I just have to sit there and try not to laugh because rabbits, literally, this ball of lint could do so much destruction, like you would not believe. Um, Rabbits are a force to be reckoned with. They are strong, like stronger than they have any right to be. And they are so determined. They forget nothing and they stop at nothing. If they want something, they're gonna get it. Um, so yeah, but I didn't want to tell them that because I'm hoping that they don't look too closely whenever I move out. I want my deposit back. Um, no, she hasn't done anything too crazy. The only damage she's done is well, I got her. I was like, she's gonna be fancy. She's gonna have one of those water fountain water bowls, so she can be uh, extra hydrated, and be fancy. She chewed through the wires of both of those because, of course, they have to be plugged into work. Because I'm not changing a battery every week. And so yeah, now she just has a regular bowl, and now she's doing an erratic freedom run. um, what was I saying? I ask, like anybody's going to answer. Um, yeah, so that's about the only destruction that she's done. That and now that she is needing spayed, she was doing so good with her potty training. She was like always going in the litter box. But now she's like, sexually active. So she's like, or sexually mature. What's the word I should say? So she's like marking everywhere. And by that I mean peeing on the back of my couch like a nasty little freak. Luckily, I got this couch for free, like secondhand. And I know as I become more of an adultier adult, I'm going to actually get a new fridge. Um, and I've been able to like, there's no stains or anything, and it doesn't smell. It does smell like vinegar though, because I always have to put vinegar on it. So I just constantly smell like ketchup, which I don't like, and that's why I'm so anxious to get her spayed. Um, I could technically, I mean, I think vinegar is needed to break down the urine, but they also, it's a deterrent for them. Once they smell that, they like, uh, first off, they don't smell their pee anymore, but also they like don't like that scent, so they try to like get away from it. But they also don't like the scent of like lemon. So at some point when I'm like, okay, she isn't going to be like peeing outside of her litter box anymore. But I do worry about her like scratching something up or biting it. I'm probably gonna put lemon all over it. Because I did have to like, if you touch any wooden object that's like somewhat ground level in my apartment, it's gonna be slick because I've had to rub Vaseline on everything. Um, and honestly, I could like clean it up now because whenever she was still young, she would like still like an actual baby, she would chew on the wood, but now she doesn't, because she knows, oh, if I do that, it's going to taste nasty because there's Vaseline on it. But if the Vaseline goes away, I don't think she'll notice. Why am I running when I could have used Aetherite? Well, that's okay. Speaking of my rabbit Delilah and my couch, I'm having to like constantly look back. She's like on my couch right now, and I'm afraid she's normally not interested in my food, unless if that food has like spinach in it or fruit. Um, but I do worry about her getting up on the table and like, whoa, I forgot about these. They haven't had. I mean, I guess they kind of had instances, but it's been like within the like, please set a time set aside time for the series of cutscenes, and it hasn't been like this. I don't like it's like the difficulty from the beginning. You used to have to die first. Okay, I'm gonna briefly put this on pause. I'm gonna go collect my rabbit. It's time for her to go to bed anyway, and I'm gonna get a drink of water. Okay, here we go into a copper hell. I'm just gonna be very easy because I am not trying to spend any more time on this than I have to. I'm so anxious to get, even though I do like all this world building stuff, I am anxious to get further into the story. Um, yeah, thanks for doing stuff. I'll share the good tidings with Papa Sean next time I see him. Um, and you want to report to Mummy, it'll do her well to see you live in one piece. Oh, I remember this. Oh my gosh, this guy. Shut your mouth, you thieving little swine. You stole from me. Don't even think to deny it. Oh, he looks so goofy. Please, sir, I didn't steal nothing. I bought this. I paid for it with my own coin. What rot. You refugees are all the same. Couldn't afford a maggoty mole meat, much less, much less a choice cut of dodo. I'm gonna say it one more time. Give back what you stole, or I'll make you wish you never set foot in this town. By rights, I should turn you over to the brass blades, you know. Help keep the streets safe from law-abiding citizens. But I'm a reasonable man. If you agree to serve me in whatever capacity I require, the authorities need to hear of your crime. Ew. I feel like this is the guy I was thinking of when I saw the quiver bow. Huh. But ain't done nothing wrong. Troubles me witness. Hehe. Please, adventurer, help me, I beg of you. I swear on about this grave, I didn't steal anything. I bought this with my coin I'd saved. I only wanted to treat my children to a decent meal. I love how Hawthorne laughs. It's so good. And who the hell are you when you're at home? The dog's master? What? I don't know if I understand that. I've had enough of this member's farce. You lot teach them a lesson. Okay. I'm gonna drop kick y'all over the walls in 0.2 seconds. You just see. You just wait till I get over there. You just wait till I get over there. Oh. Uh. Okay, that just stopped me from using. You're crazy. And, oh my gosh, I'm so limited. All I can do is doses. I mean, yeah, I guess at a normal class, at this level, you would be pretty limited. Oh, I'm sleepy. I'm probably only gonna do this for like 30 more minutes. Which I don't. I guess I did make some decent progress. I mean, I went through 3 dungeons, even though they were all kind of back to back. I guess that it being back to back kind of feels like it was nothing, but it is pretty significant. I get paid enough for this. Yeah. Hey, where the hell do you think you're going? Thank you, kind adventurer. Thank you, thrice over. Ah. Ooh. Was this the first echo? I need to remember. I think it was. I'm trying to remember the last, like, maybe 20 quests. Not even that much. Hmm. I swear there are more refugees than when I last looked. You wouldn't be mistaken. It's been 5 years since the calamity. Okay, so this is like recent. This is a recent flashback. um, why are they only coming here now? It's really simple, really. Or it's simple, really. While a number of hamlets survived the immediate aftermath of the calamity, many were no longer able to support their communities. The residents found their lands had either been rendered barren or cut off from trade routes, and problems like those ain't easily solved. Though they tried to make the best of it, it was only a matter of time before they were forced to abandon their homes and seek life in a new city. See, but the calamity affected the whole realm, didn't it? It's the same thing other happening in other cities. And Tonga, sure, yes, but perhaps our situation is more pronounced. Olda has a reputation for being prosperous, so it's natural that the refugees would try their luck here first. My heart goes out to them, it truly does, but I'd be lying if I said I wasn't apprehensive. I hope their presence doesn't ferment lawlessness in the city. Well, if things do take a turn for the worse, you always have the immortal flames. I dare say the brass blades would welcome their help. The heroes who fought at the Garlean Empire patrolling the streets for riffraff? It may well come to that. Impoverished and desperate as they are, you may be sure that some of the refugees will turn to crime. You know what this place is like. If you have no coin, you have no hope. What will become of our city? Not all refugees are bad, mind you. Some are able to find employment and lead honest lives. Dodo tenderloins, get your dodo tenderloins. Guaranteed cheapest in Thanaland. Yeah, this morning, I'm like, why are we, like, where's this chick? Thank you for your custom, madam. Please come again. Oh, so we can know for sure that she's innocent. Like, I care. Looking around, you think that Oldo is well on its way to recovery. Oh, oops. Sorry, guy. Honestly, like, even if she did steal it, like, I don't know. I would look the other way because I know that she's struggling. I don't think it should be a crime for people who don't have food to steal food. Ah. Imagine if you jumped and screamed. I realize you're behind me. You mean to threaten a defenseless citizen? My guy, you had your goons just attack me. What? Saw her by that means, you say? That's absurd. As did I. Leave the poor woman alone, you damnable vulture. Who said that? Mark, who goes there? Oh, just some heckler. Man, even the dancers over there. I'll overlook this, but just this once. Okay. God's bless you, adventurer. If you hadn't come along when you did, who knows what that monster might have done. I don't bear thinking about. Yeah, I get you, girly. Don't even worry about it. I feel like there's things that I. Oh, never mind. I don't know that person. I feel like I see Kitty Jam all the time, though. That must have been. Uh, in. Oops, in Limsa. I forgot the word. Now we're in a cutscene. Ever the selfless hero, I see. Huh? Angela! It's been a while, adventurer. I've been watching you closely ever since you flew out of Limsa. You discharged your duty as the Admiral's personal envoy with an admirable humility, and you have displayed unfaltering courage in the face of danger ever since. Whensoever you came upon those in need, you gave them succor with no thought of personal gain. Oh, so I guess that's what makes me quote unquote better than the other adventurers? I don't think they were so bad. That might not be what they're saying. In summary, you have demonstrated all of the qualities we seek in an adventurer. For reasons I cannot well explain, your every deed seems invariably to serve the greater good, whether you mean it to or not. It is a happy knack, and one which speaks volumes to your character. Whoopsie daisy. I pressed the wrong button. Yet for all your admirable qualities, it is your gift, wink, wink, nudge, nudge, which intrigues me the most. I speak of the visions you experience. Oh, visions like the one you had mere moments ago, if I'm not mistaken. What if she was wrong? That would be crazy to just say to someone. I can provide you with the means to understand them. An acquaintance of mine is blessed with the self-same talent, you see, and if you so desire, I can introduce you to her. She and I fight for a common cause, a cause which will greatly benefit for your support. If you would agree to lend us your strength, we would be glad to do all within our power to aid you in our personal endeavors, or in your personal endeavors. Think of my offer. Come with a pray return to the waking sands. If you inform her that you've been chosen by the scions of the seventh dawn, she will tell you where to find us. Okay, sounds like I just crushed a cult and now I'm joining a cult. Okay, this is good. This is good to know because my role canonically um, does not experience anything that I just played. Because he was from Ishgard and he only got introduced to the Scions after he ran away from his abusive family and, long story short, wound up in Charlian um, and got discovered by Kryl, and she like could tell that he had the gift, and so was like made up a lie that he was part of the students of Valdesian and like took him in until he turned 18, and then whenever he was like uh, trained on doing sage things. The technical term is salmononics, or something like that, because I've perused the wiki enough times. But whenever he was trained in that and he consented, she sent him to Science. Um, so this whole scene is not about to happen, but whenever we reach the Waking Sands, that's when his story begins with MSQ. So, um, yes, okay. Seems like this is becoming ever more common, I'm afraid. I'm having deja vu. If you ever find yourself in the spot of bother, come in to see me. Just don't go pestering me every time you graze your knee. Of course, I do hate hearing tales of a gentleman's woes with the women folk from time to time. Oh, his Stancred lifestyle spy. Although, I know he's also flirted with you. I do remember that. He, like, wrote you a poem, I think in 1.0. I was just providing guidance to a fresh off the carriage adventurer. The gods, it's good to see you safe and well. To look at you, no one would ever guess that you'd been hard at it with giants in the dark. You're every ailment adventurer Mione said you'd be. The station master will be overjoyed when he hears the news. Why did I read Ishtola's lines so easily, and this I'm really struggling with? Etta, thank you for sparing the time. I realize you don't know me, but I've been longing to speak with you for a while now. Girl, get rid of the head. If you're gonna ask me, get rid of the head. I'm an adventurer like you, though I'm not very good at being one if I'm told. Anyway, I was adventuring with my friends in Gridania I'm sorry, we were in Gridania when the leader of our party was killed. His name was Avir, and he and I were to be wed in the spring. You may not remember him, but to say that he remembered you would be an understatement. He would sing your praises from dawn to dusk. He saw you for what you are, you see, an adventurous adventurer, and he swore that he would be like you one day. I believe that he would have succeeded had a fiend not robbed him of the chance. Since that day, I've thought long and hard about giving up adventuring. When I think of the woman you are, all that you've achieved, I find that I am inspired, just as Avir once was. So I've decided to start again as an adventurer. I'll go back to the village of my birth and begin training anew. But I wanted to meet you first, to ask your name. Harrow, even though you're going to say our cow. Thank you, our cow. I pray that we meet again. Very well. So Harrow is also within a chick. I just used the chick model. But I think it would be really powerful to be a woman, specifically in this part of MSQ. Like, I don't know, being a dude, I would be like annoyed, to be honest. I didn't want aught to do with you lot. I thought it'd be a right pain in the arse looking after you all. Um, but against my better judgment, I decided to accept the post here at the guild. I'm full glad that I did. I'm privileged to be a part of your lives. Aw. Yeah, what did you say? You want to know about the signs of the seventh dawn? Oh, they're beginning to do shit. Whoa, it's getting serious. There ain't no ordinary folk. They ain't doing no ordinary work. It's So freaky stuff. I was smart this time and brought my water over here. Um, so I just have like a collection of things on top of my poor rabbit's cage. Uh, so you want to know more, do you? Well, ain't that a surprise? I swear, if I fainted certain death on one door and limitless wealth on the other, 9 out of 10 adventurers would go through the first, and the other bloke wouldn't be able to choose, on account of being olden. Anyway, don't say I didn't warn you. First of all, if you're wondering whether you can trust these scions, you can. They're good people who've made it their mission to solve some of Eorzea's most pressing problems. Of course, that ain't no small task, 'cause they're always looking for dependable adventurers to join them. Individuals like you or Cal. Now, I've been giving leave to tell you where to find the scions, but you must promise to keep this information to yourself. Oh. As you can probably imagine, it's something Eorzea's enemies very much like to know. Yeah, that makes sense. The scions are headquartered in Vesper's Bay, out in the... Oh, dang, that makes later things that happen, which I'll keep secret if anybody is watching this that's new. Um, Very interesting. Uh, anyway, give your name to whoever's up front. Does she not know that's the Taru? Or she was just saying that to be like mysterious. Um, but please stop by and tell me how you are from time to time. Of course, my girl. Uh, okay, pray return. Could walk, but yeah, it's a long way. Hmm. Well, that's probably a good thing then that, well, actually, I think, no. I think that's something they complained about. They're like, oh, it'd be so nice to have an aetheryte in Vesper Bay, but there's like some political reasons they couldn't. I think, was it uh Telegy? What was it was something really dumb. Stepbrother. Don't like that. Um anyway, yeah, I think it would be kind of a, well, I mean, I guess Mordona has an aether right there. But I think the Waking Sands not having aetherite kind of helps make it harder to access. So it's kind of like it's it sucks for the scions, but they just have to walk every time they return. But it's ultimately for the best. Um, Although you know, I've always loved the checker tile here for no reason. When it gives like a, not that I've ever been to Cuba, but like whenever you think of like Cuban architecture, you always think of tile, or at least I always think of tiles. It's really cute. Um, Pretty, I guess is what I want to say. Cute kind of sounds insulting. Hey, Tataru, deep in the desert of my heart. I'm not gonna actually sing that. The lonely flower blooms. Yearning for heaven's above to quench my thirst. Hang on. Uh, though. It's like the only time that she seems like a Taru Taru. Like the Final Fantasy 11 ones. But that song, I'm wondering if it comes from something else. And it's just something I'm thinking of whatever poem Thancred sang to Momody or said. I mean, he's like, or was kind of like a bard-esque, but I don't think he actually sang. Anyway, please be advised this is private property. Unless you have pertinent business here, I must ask you to. Yeah, I'm supposed to be here. And your eyes are very pretty. De Hasta Vistola, yeah. I have that dress, or I guess that shirt. It's kind of like a dress. That tunic on another character, and I didn't realize that it was the same one that Taro wears. But it's very cute because I think the default color is that pink. I think the version that I have has some like red accents though, but it's really adorable. There is some Realmborn gear that's valid. Not very many, but some. Antecedent waits you downstairs within the solar. You may enter whenever you are ready. She has to stand. Someone get her a lalaphone lifter. Or a high chair, please. I am prey coming to the Waking Sands. I can't return because I've never been here before. I love that hair that she has. You don't see it very often. I had a friend who was like really close to actually starting to play this game, and she used that hair, and then she like never picked the game up again. And I was like, okay, I play Genshin, you play Final Fantasy 14, and I play Genshin, and she never played Final Fantasy 14. I didn't get very far though. I did stop after a while because I'm like, I don't want to play this game. See the adventure film heard so much. Ooh, I think she was actually talking, but I think I have my volume down low. That's a bummer. I don't think I can do anything about that. Oh, next time. Whoopsie daisy. Maybe it easier among friends here. This is the scariest moment of my life. No doubt, no doubt you're right to burst with questions, but have patience. First, let me begin by telling you who we are and what we do. Yes, please. We are Scions of the Seventh Dawn, an order that transcends political boundaries. Our single objective is the preservation of the future of Eorzea. Among our gravest concerns are the godlike beings known as primals. Their existence is a bane upon Eorzea, nay, the world at large, and we have striven to find a lasting solution to the threat they pose. You guys need a bigger committee. Our home is, our order is a home to a number of individuals who, like you, possess a rare special talent. This talent takes various forms, but one holds a particular interest to us. Tell me, have you ever experienced a sudden, inexplicable loss of consciousness? Have you ever had the sensation of being pulled away from reality, felt as though you were hovering in space, a mind without a body? Yes, it is called dissociative identity disorder. Oh, is that not what you were looking for? All these are the manifestation of your talent. Your power to transcend the boundaries of a soul, a power known as the echo. The echo allows you to pass through the walls of a man's soul and hear the resonance of it. You will be there in his memories and see things as he saw them. You may even interact with that which you may see, though you cannot change the outcome of the event. So, since the echo is different for every single person, how did they know that my echo did that? How did Y'shtola know? Because I don't think Y'shtola has anything special that would make her be able to perceive that. Randall, I would understand because she also has the echo, and I think her particular echo, I feel like would make her be able to perceive that. Obviously, that's why I used it in my lore. But it's different for each person, and it could be wrong about that though. I think it could just be like a thing about having the echo in general that makes you able to see that. But oh yeah, Midfilia, I was about to say I know this because I too possess it. Yes, yeah. Just kidding. Like everything I just said. She has the world's subtlest little freckles. She's so cute. I love Midfilia. She's very hated, but I don't know. I like her. So long as they exist, the realm cannot take so much as a single step towards true peace. Yeah. Measures must be taken, measures which transcend boundaries, be they a faction, race, language, or created. To do so, the Scions require the aid of those with their talents. Make no mistake, the Echo will be instrumental in dealing with the primal threat. Without it, we cannot hope to save the realm. I know not what it is you desire for yourself, nor what it was that first brought you to Eorzea, but I firmly believe that the power we possess has given to us for a purpose. Why else would the gods entrust man with a gift so extraordinary if not to have him use it? Very true. Whoops. Sorry, I cut you off. Naturally, your aid will not go unrewarded. We are fortunate to have a number of influential allies, and at a word from me, they will gladly afford you privileges that you might otherwise be denied to you. The right to employ retainers, for example. Know that we got that for being a scion. It's so funny. Yes, I'm familiar with retainers. Papers you requested, my lady. These are the stupid retainer papers, I'm pretty sure. Which is so funny. I don't know if this is a thing whenever I don't feel like it was ever mentioned in MSQ. I literally, no joke, I didn't get a retainer. Okay, actually that's a lie. I don't know when I got a retainer. I didn't get retainer Ventures until post Endwalker. That is no joke. I literally, I remember being in Razahan whenever I was like, okay, I gotta like leave to go and like figure out how to unlock this. But I think it took me a while to get a retainer too. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe this was always in MSQ, but I feel like it was added. Well, I knew that was a lecture. Yes, it was. Please consider joining us. I shall entrust you with our order's password, which members we use to reach one another when afield. It is Wild Rose. Pray keep it safe. It's interesting also to revisit this part of MSQ with my current job. Um, I I don't know how to like summarize what my job is. Maybe in a later episode I'll like talk more about it as it comes up. But like I kind of do I don't do this kind of work, but I am in the world of um, this kind of like I mean I guess it is kind of like a nonprofit organization sort of vibe, isn't it? Like, hey, we're not actually tied to any uh, political stance or like political party, I guess. We're kind of like our own thing. Um, we're like a coalition of like a bunch of different people are united for like this cause. Um, but it's like nonpartisan in a way. Um, I don't know. I mean, the issue is nonpartisan, I guess is the word I want to use. Um, in this case, I guess it is a little bit partisan because the people who are summoning the primals would not probably agree with us killing them. I mean, I know they don't. I don't know what I'm trying to say. I know what I'm trying to say, but I can't find the words for it. So save it for another time. Anyway, what's up, Papa Limo? Um, while there are others who possess the echo, none are near as strong as you with the power, hence our extremely high expectations of you. Ida, my love. This place is the Waking Sands. It is our headquarters. It used to be somewhere else, you know, but then a bunch of things happened and we ended up here instead. Whoa, really? That's kind of sarcastic, but I'm being legit. Oh my gosh, Urion J, your circle is being eaten. It's crazy. Is it like Sephora an event? Is that everybody? No, it's their backside. Well, you know, I don't know if I've ever sat and like actually observed this before. Why am I doing it now? Let me speak to Urion J. He's probably not going to say anything. Oh, he is going to say things, but I'm not going to understand it. 7 waning moons see 7 suns rise, divine order royals, fallen corpses rise. Thus the divine chronicles seek to warn us once more. The meaning of these words now shine clear. They evoke dire circumstances of this imperiled age. The realm doth shudder and twist, and the dawn lieth cowering neath the stifling blanket of night, and we abide. We await the coming of the unborn Era seed, the light which shall pierce the glowing darkness. Fitting facts, dude. So true, King. Our organization, the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, was formed through the union of two separate entities. Yeah, Circle of Knowing and uh, Path of the 12, right? Right. Terrible events that ushered in the Seventh Uncle era taught us that only together we may stand against the evil that seeks to consume us. So true. Summoning a primal is no small feat. Um, if I was playing our cow, he would be uh, tucking his hair behind his ear and looking away. He may or may not have already attempted to summon a primal himself. It requires tremendous concentration of aether, which is why the beast tribes go to such lengths to obtain crystals. Once they manifest in physical form, their unquenchable thirst for aether only grows stronger. They would drink till land dry with nary a thought for the consequences. Considering their fearsome strength, it could well be within their ability to do so. It is for this reason we must do our utmost to oppose them. While I'm thinking about it, it's just a matter of my master volume being so low. I apologize to what's going to do for the next, um, I don't know, 15 minutes, possibly. I had to look at music also. Yeah, I really should have been doing this in between episodes, because this is probably going to be annoying to anybody who has to now adjust their volume. What? Hang on. Has this always been down here? Anyway, hello, Ophelia. We Scions have but one objective: to safeguard the future of Eorzea. Among our gravest concerns are the godlike beings and its primals. Long have we striven to find lasting solutions to the threat they pose. She already said that. Whatever, Wild Rose.
早速使ってるわね。協力してくれると受け取っていいのかしら。
Good. Well, I'll let them speak.
よかった。ありがとう。きっと協力してくれると思っていたの。では改めて暁の血盟の仲間たちを紹介しなきゃ。シャーレアンという言葉に聞き覚えはあるかしら。エオルゼア六大都市の一つで、アルデナード小大陸の北西にある都市国家よ。いや、正確にはあったと言うべきかしらね。彼らは古の地に精通し、エーテル学や魔法の分野では帝国さえ凌駕する知識と技術を持っていたの。そんなシャーレアンの中で賢人と呼ばれる人々が結成したのが救世使命。エオルゼアが滅亡から逃れる希望があると信じてこの地に残って活動してくれた集団よ。他の住民は北洋の本国に帰ってしまったけどね。彼らがそのシャーレアンの賢人たち。
Oh, okay, JK.
彼女がイダ。隣がパパリモよ。
Actually, okay, I'm actually gonna go back into this because okay, when the realm began its descent into chaos, their countrymen fled for the motherland, and they alone chose to remain here. These noble men and women, called the Archons. But, I think that might have been retconned because I feel like getting your mark and becoming an Archon, which is just a thing that can happen for anybody who is very successful in their given field. Like, I don't think these are. Well, I know they're not exclusive yet, because there's, there's Graha, right? Did I make that up? Hang on, I gotta look up a picture of Graha. Dang, yeah, now I'm thinking, I'm like, who else has the Archon mark? Okay, looking up Graha currently. What is this? Is this some, like, Indian god? Okay. I'm using some weird search engine. Yes, he does have Archon mark. Anyway, I can't linger on that too long. Oh, these two were charged with serving the 12th, but oh, they were like actually had a legit reason for being there. By the Scions or by the... Anyway. Thank goodness here. Lovely maiden. You would not be caught dead saying that now. I'm expecting you. Yeah, I know. Ooh, dude, the texture of the jacket? Like, she looks so like I want to run my fingers on it. Like, I can feel the embroidery. Oh gosh, this game is like so pretty. I hope it's not 2010 graphics. You already said this. Don't look at him like he's like, okay, I'm gonna cut myself off. Anyway. Wait, but he said, sir. At the Battle of Cardinal, our leader was taken from us. We did not stray from our purpose. We sought out Minfilia and others with his talent, and together established the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. Forgot they're speaking. You can't hear it because I have headphones in, because that's the only way my microphone will work. Yes, Tataru. My goat.
みんなで仲良くやっていきましょう。さてと、
Twins don't get their Archon mark.
早
I'm gonna
速だ
riot.
けど頼みがあるの。
Just Super Saiyan.
ウリエンジェさん、バルデシオン委員会からの資料は届いてる？
I have the documents from the Students of Valdesian.
こちらに。
Yippee! Students of Valdesian reference.
ウルド派のグランドカンパニー不滅
They
隊か
received a
ら
request for aid from the Immortal Flames.
サンクレット、
Why would that have
説明をお願いで
come
きる
from
か
the
しら？
Students of Valdesian? Why did...
事件の概要はこうだ。七輪銀山で採掘されたクリスタルを運ぶ
Oh,
天地鉱山社系のキャラバンが襲撃された。
they don't want to give out their postal address. They probably have to go to the Students of Valdesian first. Ooh, I wonder if that's what it is. Because this is a top secret location, so they kind of use them as like a PO box. Anyway, there's a crystal caravan. It's a Magina Sun's mineral
時を同じ
place. I
く
was
し
just
て
there.
ウルダハ近辺の貧民窟から
Within a
幾
bell
人
of the
もの
robbery,
人が
several
消え
people
ている。
were reported missing from the shanty towns outside
ク
the
リス
city.
タル強奪事件と誘拐事件ってところね。本来こういった事件は治安維持も務めるグランドカンパニーの仕事だわ。でもこの事件、おそらく蛮神が絡んでいる。
I think that's a fair assumption.
現場に残っていた手口、おそらく首謀者はウルダ派に住むアマルジャ族だ。アマルジャ族にはクリスタルを強奪したり人を誘拐する理由がある。それこそが蛮神
Oh
関
my
連とい
gosh,
うわ
I
け
want to
だ。
go to bed. But if I'm about to
あなた
fight
に蛮
Ifrit,
神問題
I'm
を理
so
解して
excited
もらうた
because
めにも
we're gonna
こ
see
の
the
事件
twins
に
right
関
after
わってほしい
that.
の。ありがとう。ウルダ派の事情には担当でもあるサンクレットが詳しいわ。彼にあなたを支援してもらいます。
You got it, dude. Thank you.
俺に任せてくれ。
Then,
よろしくな。
Yep. Not right in the face. Like he looks baby. Which is weird because I can't think of actually what's different besides just his outfit. Nowadays. And I'm gonna like get all up in this business just for a second here. Do you have like, whoops. Does he have like makeup now? Like, did they give him eye bags? Whoops. He doesn't have now. He has like lightly has freckles. I don't know if it's actually freckles or if it's just like the skin texture. Dang, this is as close as I can get. Why? Because his hair changes in Heaven's Word and Stormblood. But it's back to this now. Maybe it's been a while since he's actually been MSQ, so I don't know if I've gotten really up in this business recently since the graphical update. Well, anyway, tell me about it, Frit. Oh yeah, we gotta investigate the crystal robbery first. We believe they're connected. We gotta figure that out first. So let's go to the mineral place. Oh, hey, Camp Drybone. Yeah. Fellow by the name of Isambard serves as the camp's de facto leader. Pay him a visit. See that he gives us his full cooperation. Well, whoops. Why am I doing it this way? I have no idea. Here we go. Okay, I just took a brief interlude because I realized it is approaching midnight and I have milk that's about to expire that I was going to make muffins with, so I had to quickly mix together the muffins and throw them in the oven. So, my life's a little chaotic. That's okay, because I'm going to get muffins here in about 20 minutes, so whenever that timer goes off is when I'm going to end this mission. So let's mush on for now. Hey, it's the wording, there's a Malja in Halatali. That place? There's a Malja there. Oh, I still thought it's Holly before no, no, no. But it wouldn't have been on that list. I don't know. Actually, I don't know the answer. Whenever we finally get to Holotali, I'm gonna like, I don't drink, so I can't do a shot, but I'll do something in celebration for me to finally figure out what Holotali is. I get it in real all the time. I should know. I should remember, but it just like, it's just one of those ones, you know. I don't retain it. Anyway, let's get right in it. Ophelia names the Emolga culprits in all this. You would do well to investigate the first. Much harm has been levied on these lands by Emolga hand. Flames burn where they might, and our light cannot stay the darkness in all places at all times. There have been brutal murders of callers of the Church of Saint Madama Mandama. I've never read that out loud before. Since wishing no more to pay their respects to the dead, the poor souls deserve a proper burial. Uh, yeah, I'll help you bury them. This is the part of the game where you transport dead bodies. But their icons are the flowers. And there's gonna be things here that are gonna try to thwart. Yeah, thank you. Right. Why do we have such stripes? Right. I have full fear and respect for anybody who works for um, a medical examiner or is a medical works to be a medical examiner office of their given state, or if you're not American, whatever the other country's equivalent is of that. I don't. I'm not in the know of the field enough. Anybody who deals with the body is respect and fear to you. That is what I'm trying to say here. I'm so squeamish. What are the Amalga? Do you see any? Yeah. Yep. You can confirm that. And even if one among them, how would he just discover who may be implicit? Underworld aims to turn his investigation to the common folk. What say we turn our eyes to the common folk themselves? It may be among them that we find the reasons for the vanishings. The 12 forbid it to be so. There is a merchant by the name of Ungust. Oh, I think this is the fellow. I could be wrong. We'll see when I see him. He was born here in Drybone and grew up in the Golden Bazaar. A rough character, but he knows people here better than anyone else. No, JK, he's not the one. I'll see when I see him. Yeah, he's probably at the inn. Here, I'll write a note to speak to him. Wow. Dang it, this is the part where it always takes me a million years to figure out which door. Oh, I found it in the first try this time. Oh my god. Okay, so it's the guy from before. Okay, yeah. Dear friend, Misty people, please help. Yours, board. Folk around here are weary as they come. They turn tail and run if so much as pass wind nearby. Did you fart nearby? Play them for fools and coax some hard labor out of them, I did. If anything, they're even more timid than before. What with all the disappearances? You can go talk to them yourself if you don't believe me. Yeah. Fred is with a. Fred is with a what? Please, miss, just leave me be. No. Oh. Maybe it's a derelict. I'm nothing to say but this. I'll take two. Take who or whatever's been feeding off us low folk. Take two. Petrified pauper. What do you want from me? I don't know anything, I swear. Please don't kill me. Okay, yeah, these people are pretty terrified. I would concur. We good, man? Oh, dang, that sucks, dude. This is a crappy bar. Anyways, the talk of folk getting abducted, if you ask me, they simply have to move to a better place. This isn't exactly Coasted of Soul, if you know what I'm saying. Yeah. What poor people think. I just realized the quest name. Um, I suppose I should have expected as much from Gus. Well, another thought occurred to me in your absence. The common folk are nothing if not fervent in their religious belief. Perhaps if they speak freely to their gods, then the clergy may know something else. Or may know something of use. I mean, famous motto. Oh, but you can't have much clergy. Got a man named Marks. He'll tell you where the body is being entered. I mean, I guess Sprint is as good as now. So, I have two muffin mixes. Same brand, same flavor, same everything. One's in a box and one's in a like bag thing. No, I always do this too. Spicy very confusing. Uh, one required eggs, the other didn't. You don't. This is one said you can use water or milk, and the other one just said water. And so I almost used the one that like required eggs and oil and stuff. But then because I'm trying to use that milk, I'm like, well, I'm gonna do the one that says I can use water or milk. Oh my gosh, great. Okay, I might have to cut this off sooner than I expected because I first off, my charger. Oh, I guess my PS4 is right there. I'm used to plugging in my controller to the wall. I'm like, that's not gonna reach. Not with all these other wires on my poor rabbit's cage. Um, I'll try to speed run. I paused because I saw that woman's name. I don't remember what I was saying now. Body? Yes, of course. It's been a lot of bodies. Anyway, take them off the ridge. Have I just been holding on to them? I went to talk to Angus. Oh. Um. Me when I turn into rocks. Rocks. Man. Because it doesn't have eggs. Because my muffin mix doesn't have eggs in it. I can just eat the batter, and I'm really excited about that. I'm trying my best to at least get to this quest. Pardon me. The finest disturbance in the church walls. Here you have no service of bearing a fallen soul. Please accept our gratitude and extend it to Isambard whenever you see him next. You seek knowledge of the missing Jargon inhabitants. Well, it is true I'm closer to the people than any of the order. I confide in them and they in me. I'm supposed to speak to their keeper Thal. I'm the medium to do so. Probably something like me. Only much marks could be more helpful in the matter. I pray he did nothing to offend. He saw terrible things during the calamity, and his scars run deep. Indeed, he now prefers the company of the dead. Ooh, not good. Over the living. While tragic, such behavior ill befits the church. I received word not long ago that one of our recent visitors, a man called Thancred, I believe, took offense at his conduct. I must have words with the Marks and uh, with Marks and soon. I keep thinking Marquis whenever I read his name, so I'm like, that's why I said the. Um, I gotta make it to Isambard. I gotta make it to Isambard. I just want to finish this quest. I am determined. I'm going to push my controller to the limit. I'm not gonna end this in the middle of a. Oh, cussing. Uh, I don't have to have a controller for that. Thank you, our cow. Burial is no easy thing. Even when the departed is a stranger, we are able to learn all of the missing common folk. Oh gosh, this is gonna be so slow. It's okay, I have a lot of time for reading, and I have 8 minutes on the clock for my muffins. His unsmooth way of moving upwards. My name is Stinker, and I share a passion with you and your mutual friend here for learning what has become of these missing persons and why. Okay, I too spoke with Ungus more times than I care to count. There seems to be some truth to this notion of the common folk speaking their secrets only to those in service to the gods. Hmm, intriguing. Oh, frustration, prayer, penance, abject deeds done behind closed doors away from prying eyes. Who better to take the pious unawares than she who takes confession, the good sister Orison herself. Ooh. Orson, she wouldn't. She couldn't. Even the most beautiful roses have thorns, my friend. Oh, and you would be wise to keep an eye to this rose. Why is being stinky? What is this? Still, let's keep her marks. I swear to the 12 I've seen that face elsewhere before. Uh, please, nobody say anything else. Oh, okay. And with that, I'm going to conclude this episode. Um, I'm cold and I'm sleepy, and once I get a muffin, I'm probably gonna go to bed. Um, so until next time, hopefully next time we'll get to see the twins. Because I gotta be honest, that is a big part of it. I want to do like the deepest deep dive ever, specifically of Alphino. I think Alice would be fun too. I love both of them very dearly. Um, and I cannot wait to see them because they're so. I In the beginning I didn't really care too much about them, but I'm like, and they're both kind of like stuck up, and it'd be interesting to see them at the beginning of their character arcs, knowing how far they've come. Um, so yeah, thank you for joining me. I'll see you next time.